Thank you for coming for the first annual Mudstock. And there are so many people out there, out of however many people came tonight, who have these fantastic hats already. I can't wait to see what we create in the future, and I thank you so much for jumping in on a really cruddy day that really hopefully puts to sleep the season of mud. My name is Deborah, and I have been honored to hold the position of ED for the last year, almost year, at Pentangle. We're in a really interesting moment in our history. We're over 50 years old. We have so many plans moving forward. Your health and your patronage means everything to us. And you've seen some of the changes that we've made, and all the work that we're doing right now is to make continual changes so we can have afternoon classes. We're looking at ways that we can put in a floor here that allows us to have dance classes. We're looking at taking those curtains down so light comes in and we can have day classes, or have, chamber music up here with the stars. And I'm going to make sure also as we move forward, I also want to let people know at the first week of every month, I'm going to do a lunch that's just going to be open to people, just because I want to hear on course, off course, what's your ideas, where should we go next? Because what we do is for the community. And again, I'm really honored to be here. So thank you for coming out on such a crappy night. And I also want to thank Anya, Anya is 13, and she was who was serenading us in the lobby. And she made this one headdress for me. So I'm not in here because that would be really crappy if I'm like, oh, I won. So let's pick a couple people. And thank you again for coming. Let's see. This is for a full year of tickets from Pentangle. Nicole. And we're going to do one more. Here we go. Matthew. Charlotte? Matthew! Okay, thanks. Okay, we're gonna do one more since he's already gone or something. Let's see. Marisa. So we'll get to you and get you tickets to movies for the rest of the year, and you guys should come. So I'm very happy that we're welcoming Cold Chocolate here tonight, and thank you once again for coming. And take a look at our schedule. We really want it to be like, what's at Pentangle this weekend? That's the goal. That's the goal of what we're working on. Okay, good night.
Okay, so your heart is broken. You're sitting around moping, crying. Said you're even thinking about dying. But before you do anything rash, baby, listen to this. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule. Well, listen, baby, maybe factual, maybe cruel, but I ain't lying, 'cause everybody plays the fool. Falling in love is such an easy thing to do, but there's no guarantee that the one you love is gonna love you. Loving eyes they cannot see, a steady person could never be. Love runs deeper than any ocean, out your mind with the emotion. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule. Listen, baby, maybe factual, maybe cruel, but I ain't lying, 'cause everybody plays the fool. When the music starts to play, all your ability to reason has been swept away. Heaven on earth is all you see. You're out of touch with reality. Now you cry, but when you do, next time around someone's crying for you. Hey, everybody plays the fool. Use your heart just like a tool. I won't say it again, they never tell you so in school. But everybody plays the fool. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rule. Well, listen, baby, maybe factual, maybe cruel, but I ain't lying, 'cause everybody plays the fool. You came to my life with a fragile heart, drying on the line, and I will try to lead this time, but I know I fall far behind. Biggest thing, it seems to me, is to just walk tall and to just breathe in of wine, 'cause pride's a prize, but just enough to speak your mind. And I will try to lead this time, but I know I fall far behind. And I will try to lead this time, but I know I fall far behind. And perhaps a light or two that shines my name. Though my words might appear to be twisted, it seems love will take me home again. Surprise, surprise, I gave it to my life with a fragile heart, drying on the line. I will try to lead this time, but I know I fall far behind. And I will try to lead this time, but I know I fall far behind. And I will try to lead this time, but I know far, far behind. And I will try to lead this time, but I know I fall far behind. But I know I follow far behind. Thank you very much. Well, we are Cold Chocolate. Yes, we're from Boston, Massachusetts. Thank you guys so much for having us here in your beautiful town tonight, in your beautiful venue here. It's a real treat to play in this wonderful space. And we're glad that you braved the cold and the rain, and you're all true heroes tonight, so give yourselves pats on the back and a round of applause.
Seriously though, why is it cold right now? We were just in Montana where it was literally twice as warm. How is that possible? In our defense, the day after we left Montana, it snowed there, so.
Somehow there was snow on the mountains, and yet it was 70 degrees. I don't know how they do it out there.
Those mountains were higher than we were, Ethan.
My hands are really cold tonight. But the one thing that I do have going for me today is that the last time I sang a show, I had a full-blown case of laryngitis. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I had 2 full 24-hour periods to recover these last 2 days. And I made it there, I would say. So here we go. Here's the show that everyone this past weekend wished they got. We are in the studio recording a new album. We're going to play a lot of original new songs for you that are from that upcoming album, including this next one. This one is that one that I wrote for my baby daughter, Casey, who turned 5 years old this past Tuesday, 2 days ago. She's 5 now. I wrote it for her, and her birthday party is on Saturday, so if anybody wants to come, it's at the McGlynn School Elementary School playground. We're going to have donuts and bagels and pizza. So,
all right, I'm going to be there.
I'm definitely going to be there. I wrote this one for her when she well, when she was still a baby, actually, and she was going through one of those periods of time where she had forgotten how to sleep. So I wrote it for her as a little lullaby, and this one's called Lay Down. Lay down, my dear one. Well, don't you cry, I'll be right outside your door. Open up your eyes when the light shines, when it shines. I can't believe the time, the end of May, was that 10 years ago, yesterday. Open up your eyes so I can try to hold it closer, oh, to watch it shine. Lay down, my dear one. Don't you cry, I'll be right outside your door. Open up your eyes when the light shines, when it shines. I can't believe the time, the end of May, was that 10 years ago, yesterday. Open up your eyes so I can try to hold you closer, oh, to watch you shine. Lay down, my dear one. Don't you cry, I'll be right outside your door. Open up your eyes when the light shines, when it shines. Here's one quick thing that I got to know, 'cause I'm driving wild here, but when I know, so please, won't you tell me so? Oh please, won't you tell me so? And I said it's got some place to go, but that place could be right here, you know. Is it just a show, or is it set in stone? Well, I got to know, is it set in stone? Well, there's a certain thing with certainty that you view down low without recalling what's coming for. Oh, where we'll go, what that's coming for. Where we'll go, well, I wait till like the sunlight so I can see your smile until you're gone, gone, gone. be 10 years from now, I can't see just where I am, but I can feel you next to me. I feel you standing next to me. Well, simplify to clarify, be the guy to never make you cry, meet you at the end of the aisle. I'll be standing there by your side. Well, I wait till like the sunlight so I can see your smiling tail. Gone, gone, gone. You're gone, gone, gone. Drive a while, hit me way down low, so please, 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 won't you turn me so? Oh, please, please, won't you turn me so? Will I wait till like the sunlight so I can see your smiling tail? Gone, gone, gone. You're gone, gone, gone. Yeah, 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 you're gone, gone, gone.
Well, thank you. Let me introduce you to the man sitting to my left playing the guitar for you this evening. Let's have a round of applause for Mr. Ethan Robbins. So I imagine most, if not all of you, are new to this band. And a little known fact that's not hidden at all is that we started out as a quartet. And despite what it looks like, we pretend to still be a quartet. So let me introduce you to the second member of our band tonight, playing the mandolin for you this evening. Let's have a round of applause for Mr. Ethan Robbins.
Thank you so much. So, over a decade ago is when we began this band, and we were a little different. We had a couple other people who played and toured with us. We had an upright bass player and a banjo player, and the music that we were playing back then was very much bluegrass influenced. At least that's what we considered it to be. But the issue for us back then is that the whole time our banjo player was playing and touring with us, he was also studying to get his PhD in physics from Harvard University. So when he graduated and became a doctor, he had to make the very difficult decision whether to pursue his career in science or his career in banjo.
We're having a serious discussion here.
And as you can see, he made the wrong decision that day. He actually moved to Hamburg, Germany, of all places. And, after he left, we obviously continued on as a band, and our sound evolved in a pretty major way. And a lot of the bluegrass music that we had started with and then we wrote together first kind of fell by the wayside as our sound continued to journey on. And when in May of 2022, I showed up at Ariel's house for the first time. We'd seen each other in 2 whole years at that point, and he said, "Oh, I play banjo now." So it's been a nice vehicle to revisit a lot of these old bluegrass songs, excuse me, and breathe some fresh life into them. We're going to play one of those for you now. This one's called "Just Be On My Way."
Now I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, 4. All the things I forgot to say. In every town and every barroom, all those things still get in my way. And every time that whistle cries, they know that I will just be on my way. Measure each and every other day, and every face is just a trace that sun reminded I'm not here to stay. And every time that whistle cries, they know that I will just be on my way.
So most of the songs we're going to be playing tonight are originals of ours. Basically every song that we play that's an original is about one of Ethan's daughters. Our last full-length album was about his first daughter, so naturally this next album we're working on is about his second daughter. But our last full-length original album, our actual last album, is an album of cover songs. And that first song we played for you tonight, I think most, if not all of you know, is Not By Us. A song called Everybody Plays the Fool. Does anybody know who originally did that song? Don't all scream it out at once. All right, it's by a band. They only had 2 hits. They weren't. Yes, exactly. It was a band called The Main Ingredient. But a lot of people have covered that song. When we think of that song, we actually think of Aaron Neville's version. Well, pop quiz. Now that I told you the band name, does anybody know what famous actor had a father in that band? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you the father's name. And we'll see if you can guess the actor's name. So the father's name was Cuba Gooding Sr. So after the show, you can come to me with your guesses. But anyways, so that is off of the covers album that we put together in 2022. And it was because we had to take a bit of a hiatus from touring. And I think you all know why, what was happening in the world at 2020. Of course, Ethan's second daughter was born, and that's caused us to take a 2-year hiatus. There was definitely nothing else going on in the world of importance. Anyways, we hadn't been playing music together, whether just on our own for fun or live in front of audiences in a while, and we missed it terribly. So we decided to do something about it and do something kind of for us, and that was put together an album of cover songs that we grew up listening to, that just put a smile on our face. We did our own versions of them, and it turns out basically every song that we like is from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So that's all the music on this album is from that era. Yeah, we were born at the perfect time for all the good music. So we're gonna play another song off of that album, and we start in the 70s, so we're gonna go all the way to still in the 70s and play another song from the 70s because we like the 70s. I'm gonna try to see how many times I can say 70s before we play this song. All right, it's by a lesser known 70s artist who unfortunately passed away in the 70s, died very young, and he left us with 3 perfect 70s albums. I'm gonna stop, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not going to, but I'm gonna think about it. Anyways, this song, I'm not gonna tell you the name. I am gonna tell you it was popularized by a Volkswagen commercial. Does anybody know what it is yet? And like I said, I'm not gonna tell you the name. I am gonna say that half the lyrics are us just repeating the name over and over. And we don't drive a Volkswagen, we drive a Toyota, but I think the song still holds up.
Thanks so much. So when we finished this album in late 2023 and it became time to print physical copies to bring out into the world, we realized what this album had become was kind of a mixtape of our lives. The 12 songs that made it onto the album out of the many, many hundreds of songs that we brainstormed putting on there were all kind of songs that brought us back to those first times that we had ever heard them, whether our parents had introduced us to them when we were kids, or songs that we found on the radio as we grew up, songs that we heard in CVS every time we picked up a prescription. All those amazing songs that just brought us back to that same first happy place, that original memory that we can always still just hold tight to every time we hear them. And so when it came time to print them, we, instead of printing a bunch with a big CD manufacturer, we wanted to lean into the mixtape element of it all and go old school, and we burned our own CDs. And so in order to do that, we needed to find a CD burner. And luckily my father-in-law had 3 CD burners, and he was willing to lend me one for a short period of time. And that short period of time hasn't quite come to an end yet, but our next step was to ask our friends and family to go into the deep recesses of their attics and closets and basements and find those old spools of CDRs, those old towers of blank CDs. You know, the ones that you have in your house still, the ones that you've moved several times, and every time you move, you're like, I'm gonna throw these out this time. And yet you haven't, and luckily you haven't, because we've been able to take those from our friends and family and repurpose them and recycle them and make them into this new album of ours, and a little green initiative that I think Vermont would appreciate. There's been no new physical media going into this album, only old, useless blank CDs that now have just such a nice purpose finally. And our intention with all of them was to hand decorate each one, like we used to do back in the day when we made mixtapes all the time. And so when I sat down to decorate the first few at my kitchen table, my daughters quickly came up to me and they said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm decorating CDs." And they said, "Is that permanent marker?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Can we do it too?" And so it quickly became an activity we'd all do together. They'd come home from school and say, "Can we decorate CDs today?" And they got so into it that they did almost all the ones that we made. So each album of ours is a unique, hand-decorated, original work of art by a 3- and 6-year-old who are now 5 and 7 years old, and who will soon be 5 and 8 years old in about a matter of weeks. And it's been really fun to watch their artwork progress over that 2 or so year period of time, and you know, all their amazing artistic ideas, going from just scribbling all over that circular canvas that is a CD, into, you know, lots of hearts and rainbows all over that CD, all the way to unicorns and rainbows, finally. And it's been really fun to have them involved in the process. And they, every time I leave for a show, they say, "Are they gonna buy our albums today?" And I say, "I certainly hope so." And we were in Montana a couple weeks ago, like Ariel said, and we sold almost all the ones that we've printed this run. But we have about 10 or so left, and I think they're in the hallway.
They will be when we're done.
They are close to the hallway. Their intention is to get there, and we'd love for you to peruse them and check them out. They're really fun. we're going to try a banjo tune written by the great Ariel Bernstein on the banjo. Everybody give it up for Ariel.
My favorite part about that entire story that Ethan just told is the fact that the entire time they've been decorating all these CDs, they still have no idea what CDs are. Because Ethan doesn't have a CD player. So to them, and they actually are correct now that I think about it, they're just a medium that they're allowed to draw on. Anyways, we're gonna play an instrumental tune for you that does not have a name yet. So if y'all think of a good one, please let us know so we can steal it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you so much. We're going to try another new song for you from the upcoming album. This is one that I wrote for my mom a few years ago when she turned 70 years old. And we had a nice Zoom birthday party for her because it was 2021 and that's all we could do. And I was driving back from the first show I had played in about a year and a half. From Vermont, actually, is where I was driving back from. And feeling that post-show musical high, one that I hadn't felt in a year and a half since, live music had just started to come back into our lives. And I was listening to this birthday party play through my phone, through my car stereo. And that night, my older brother gave a toast to my mom, and kind of the moral of that toast was that our mom has always been the first call that we've made throughout our lives with any news we have, good or bad. If someone's getting married, we'll call our mom. If someone's going to the hospital, we'll call our mom. And it really struck me in that moment, and I had to pull over because the idea for this song came to me in a matter of a few minutes. Kind of a moment of pure songwriting inspiration that I hadn't felt in quite a long time before that, and I certainly haven't truly felt since then. We've been having a nice time playing on the road this last several months, and we hope you enjoy it tonight. This one's called The First Call. Questions that I had asked you when I was young. Do you remember all of the answers that slipped so quickly off your tongue? Where you were the first call that I'd make at last call. when I needed a ride home, where you could have scolded or just said no, but you took me back where I belong. Well, ain't it crazy how each day seems to last so long, but still those years, they flow by like nothing, waving phone poles along the road, where you were the first call the night I took my baby with her fever that wouldn't break. Well, I tried to hold it all together. You listened, I began to shake. There'll be a time when I've got a question, an answer I can't seem to find. Well, just so you know, though you're not with me, your words are etched upon my mind. Where you were the first call, and you'd be the last call, and you'd be the only one I need. Well, someone to talk to on a Sunday morning or a Friday night at 3. Thank you so much. We want to take this moment to thank Craig on the sound. Everybody give it up for Craig. Well, since that song was written on my mother's birthday, I think I'll play a song that I wrote on my daughter's birthday, or right around then.
Literal birth day.
I wrote this song when she was born. This was in May of 2020. Everybody remember May of 2020?
Fondly.
Fondly. Such great memories back then. Well, to paint a quick picture, what it looked like in our house is we were wondering whether I would be allowed to accompany my wife to the hospital to give birth because of the protocols at the time. And luckily I was able to go with her, but unfortunately the birth of Casey didn't go as smoothly as one always hopes it will, and Casey had to end up staying in the hospital for 17 days. And because of the protocols at the time, we weren't allowed to stay with her. So all we could do is call the hospital every moment we got to ask the doctors when she was coming home. And if you recall, back then, at the beginning there, each day felt like a year. So those 17 days felt more like 17 years. And I wrote this song during that 2.5 week time frame to help myself cope with those feelings at the time, and it really did. And now when I sing it, I get to kind of relive a lot of those feelings, but in kind of a much more positive way, because Casey's just turned 5 years old and she's hilarious and amazing. And so we're gonna play this one for you guys, but this really is dedicated to her. This one's called How You're Feeling Today. Called the doc in the morning to see how my night was going. My baby's gone and I had got no warning. All I wanted were some answers, but I used up all my chances. And it's hard for me to say just what your stance is. And the pain you feel is the same I feel, even though I didn't feel that way till I found out how you're feeling today. If I could divide myself now and show you where I lie down, you'd see my heart was breaking by the thousands. 'Cause you're having trouble breathing, so I'm having trouble breathing. And it's hard for me to stay while you are leaving. And the pain you feel is the same I feel, even though I didn't feel that way till I found out how you're feeling today. Call the doc in the morning to see how my night was going. My baby's gone and I had got no warning. All I wanted were some answers, but I used up all my chances. It's hard for me to say just what your stance is. And the pain you feel is the same I feel, even though I didn't feel that way till I found out how you're feeling today. Yeah, I said the pain you feel is the same I feel, even though I didn't feel that way till I found out how you're feeling today. feeling tired, but I'm wide awake, me up. I wasn't sleeping, I'm just looking towards the floor. Well, I think I missed the turn back long ago, but I am keeping my eyes peeled for the next sign. And I know that I have added miles to this night. I took the wrong way home tonight. Well, you have to pay your dues until they'll pay for you, but I can't say for sure when that will be. Well, I'm telling you, I don't know when I'll be back around, and it's still harder now to figure out. And I know that I have added miles to this night. I took the wrong way home tonight. Tired, but I'm wide awake, me up. I wasn't sleeping, I'm just looking towards the floor. Well, I think I missed the turn back long ago, but I am keeping my eyes peeled for the next sign. And I know that I have added miles to this night. I took the wrong way home tonight. Yeah, I took the wrong way home tonight.
Well, since we've already played a song about Ethan's younger daughter, Casey, and her troubles with sleep, we should probably play a song about Ethan's older daughter, Sasha, before she learned how to sleep. We basically like two things in this band, and that's Ethan's kids and sleeping, so that's really all that we write about. But yeah, this next song is a song that Ethan wrote in the wee hours of the morning when the sun was about to come up, while he was rocking Sasha to sleep, because anytime he moved even towards the cradle, she'd be like, "No, you do not put me down. This is not acceptable." Luckily, both of his kids are expert sleepers now, and have been even known to outsleep us. It's rare, though.
How long has it been, my friend, between this and the last time we've spent? Well, if I look away for a moment of the day I feel the last year melt away. When I see your face in front of mine, I watch your eyes as you fall back to sleep. Well, I'm counting down to the next time you smile, before the sun will rise to keep. Lay your head on my chest, my love. Don't you worry about the rest above. I turned around to find the last 10 years behind. As a second hand tick-tocks past the fire. But I see your face in front of mine, and I watch your eyes as you fall back to sleep. Well, I'm counting down to the next time you'll smile, before the sun will rise to keep. Turn the music on, my friend. Well, we'll dance as the record spins, and before hell breaks loose, and I've nothing left to lose. Well, I swear I keep my promise true. When I see your face in front of mine, and I watch your eyes as you fall back to sleep. I'm counting down to the next time you'll smile, before the sun will rise to keep. Well, I see your face in front of mine, and I watch your eyes as you fall back to sleep. Yeah, I'm counting down to the next time you'll smile, before the sun will rise to keep.
We're gonna do an unfortunately appropriate song. Again, this is another new song. It shouldn't be appropriate right now, but it is. It's called Cold Outside. Next time we come to Vermont, please make that not be the case. I'm holding you responsible for that.
Getting this feeling, keep waking up breathing, and I find that I wind up against the ceiling, and I wish I was dreaming, I was still just sleeping, 'cause I just can't shake, and I cannot tell you the reason. Please believe me that it's cold outside tonight. And I'm freezing. I've been hypnotized by a ripped up goodbye. I've become so hip to your lies. Your lies. Well, I memorize them. I can't recite them. Just give me the first few words to help. Remind, and I cannot tell you the reason. Please believe me that it's cold outside tonight, and I'm freezing. won't you come see me in the morning? That's my better time of day. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, I will be the kind of man I try so very, very hard to be. You see, you see, you see, you see, and I cannot tell you the reason. Please believe me that it's cold outside tonight. It's cold outside tonight. It's cold outside tonight. It's cold outside tonight. And I'm freezing. Give it up one more time for Ariel Bernstein on the drums. We got one more song for you, and maybe one more after that, depending on how much you like this next song. We want to thank Pentangle Arts for having us here tonight. Deb and all the folks here who put this series on. Give them a big round of applause. I know there's a big summer coming up here, and we hope that you continue to support this place and keep it going for many, many years to come. I mean, of course, goes without saying that we'd love to come back. We're going to be, after these songs, we'll be hanging out in the lobby, getting some Reese's Pieces and standing next to our merch. And we'd love to meet you all before you leave. Thank you guys so much for spending your rainy Thursday here with us. I was lying in my bed, you know, I couldn't have been no more than one or two. I remember there's a radio was coming from the room next door. My mother laughed the way some ladies do. It was late in the evening, all the music seeping through. Next thing I remember, I'm walking down the street, I'm feeling alright. With my boys, I'm with my troops, yeah. Well, down along the avenue, some guys shooting pool, and I heard the sound of a cappella groups, yeah. Singing late in the evening, all the girls out on the stoops, yeah. I was underage at some funky bar. Stepped outside to smoke myself a J. Well, when I came back to the room, everybody let it keep the groove. Turned my amp on loud, I began to play. It was late in the evening, and I blew that room away. said, gonna get that girl no matter what I do. Well, yes, I've been in love before, once or twice. I've been on the floor, but I never loved no one the way that I love you. And I love you. Singing late in the evening, all the music seeping through. Singing late in the evening, all the music seeping through. Thank you guys very much. Dear Cold Chocolate. Hope to see you again sometime.
All right, so here's the thing. Whether you like it or not, we're going to play one more song. So we did 2 songs from the 70s. That last song's from the 80s. So naturally, we have to end it with the decade of our childhood, 20 years after the 70s.
Threw one more in there.
I have to throw one in. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Yes, we are going to do one more. I just remember we're going to be back in the area in about a month. We're going to be playing the Queechy Balloon Festival. Yeah. Yes. I am looking forward to that because I'm hoping they let us ride in a hot air balloon that day. I don't know if that's like something that we'll be allowed to do, but they haven't told me that we won't be allowed to do that, so my dream is alive yet. But either way,
How are you scared of roller coasters but want to fly in a hot air balloon?
that's so different. You can't even compare the two, really. All right. This is one of our favorites from the 90s. Sing along if you know it, and if you don't, sing even louder. I know that there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? Got no one to blame in life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside? Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Tell that baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way. Hold on for one more day, you could sustain. Or are you comfortable with the pain? You got no one to blame for your unhappiness. You got yourself into your own mess. Well, let your worries pass you by. Baby, don't you think it's worth your time to change your mind? Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Tell them, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. If you hold on for one more day, things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. one more day and you break free from the chain. Yeah, I know that there's pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break from the chain. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Tell them, baby, are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Can you hold on for one more day? Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you again soon, I hope.